We're here today to celebrate the groundbreaking of our brand new formic acid plant. It's a new huge facility to produce formic acid, which will go into everything from cleaners and sanitizer, hygiene, healthcare type of products. We'll be employing around 20 full-time positions and a ton of part-time positions and temporary positions as we build the facility.
I want to thank everybody for coming out. We've got yet another great announcement to make for the Capital Region, not only for Ascension Parish, but indeed the entire state of Louisiana. Several folks have worked so hard to make today's announcement possible. You're going to hear from some of them from the company, and I'm going to ask you to hold your applause as I share with you some of the names of some of the folks that have worked to make this possible. You're going to hear after me from Tom Yura, who's not only the Senior Vice President, but also the manager here in Geismar. We're honored to have Dr. Ehle here. She's Executive Vice President for BASF, President Market Business Development, BASF North America. You're also going to hear from our Parish President, Martinez. I also want to thank our legislative delegation. They've done a great job working to help support us on economic development initiatives, including some of the incentives that have made today's announcement possible, including in the State House. We've got Representative Clay Schexnayder here, Johnny Berthelot here, and Ed Price here. We've got our tax assessor, Mert Smiley, here. He was in the State House before. Tony Bacala here, Colonel with the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office, representing Sheriff Wiley. Got Barney Arsenault, the mayor near here in Gonzales. John Cagnolati from the Gonzales City Council as well. And I apologize ahead of time. I know there are some additional folks here, and I'll ask when Tommy comes up or when Tom comes up if they'll recognize some of those additional folks that have worked so hard to make this possible. The group that has done the most to make today's announcement possible are truly the men and women that work already at BASF right here at this facility, this complex, at the Geismar complex, making it one of the most successful sites for the company worldwide. Let's give all these folks a great round of applause for making today's announcement possible. You know, first I want to talk to you just a second, before we get to the actual announcement, talk to you just a second about BASF, what they do, who they are. They're already before today's announcement, one of the largest companies operating in Louisiana. For decades, they have provided quality chemical industry jobs for our people. Right where we're standing right here, this facility is their largest integrated site in North America, and it's right here in Louisiana. Already the site employs 1,500 direct and contractor employees with an annual payroll already that exceeds $163 million. You think of the impact that has in our state's economy. You think of the dollars that are spent in our local businesses and the indirect jobs created already from this facility. BASF today uses chemistry to create products and solutions that help its customers in virtually every industry to be more efficient and successful. And you know, before I talk about the specific investment they're announcing today and the jobs that they're creating today, let's remind ourselves how we got here. For too many years, we would see companies leave our state. For too many years, we'd see jobs and our people leave Louisiana. For 25 years, we're the only state in the South that had more people leaving Louisiana rather than moving into Louisiana. That means our sons and daughters were going to states like Texas and Georgia to pursue their dreams. Number one reason I ran for governor in the first place was to reverse that trend. And I'm proud we've worked together with the legislature and others. We have cut taxes, revamped our workforce training programs, revamped our ethics programs, and as a result, after 25 years of losing our kids, for the last 4.5 years in a row, every single year that we've been in office, every single year we've had more people move into Louisiana rather than leave our state. Companies are beginning to invest in Louisiana again, and our people are beginning to come home. Now, we're not done yet. We've got a lot more work to do, but that hasn't happened by accident. One of the things we've done is to focus on the companies that are already here. It's always exciting when a new company comes to Louisiana. For example, we're all excited about Nucor's investment, investing billions of dollars, creating over 1,000 direct jobs and thousands more indirect jobs. And that is incredibly important to help grow our economy. But the reality is the majority of the new jobs in our state and our economy are actually going to come from companies that are already here. And that's why in 2008, we actually created something called the Business Expansion and Retention Group. For the first time, focusing on companies that are already here to help them grow, to help them invest, to help them create jobs here. We also created something called the Retention and Modernization Tax Credit Program to help those companies invest in their existing facilities. For too many years, we'd hear companies say because of Louisiana's tax code, for too many years, their newest facilities in Louisiana were older than their oldest facilities anywhere else. They were discouraged from investing in our state. That's why in our first year we got rid of the taxes on debt, new equipment, and utilities, and we've gone beyond that. To offer a day-one guarantee on training for new workers, we've gone beyond that. To offer this retention and modernization tax credit program, we've gone beyond that, created this retention and expansion group, literally working with their local allies. They've now visited more than 1,000 companies already doing business in Louisiana. And their visits helped to secure a number of major economic development wins for our state. We're here today to announce yet another win for our state. I'm excited to announce that BASF is announcing today they are making a capital investment of $138 million to build a one-of-a-kind, world-scale formic acid production plant right here at their complex in Geismar. This project will create 20 direct jobs with average salaries of $95,000 before benefits. LED estimates that will create another 91 indirect jobs, meaning they will create over 100 new jobs for this area. In addition to 100 total new jobs, they will also create 250 temporary construction jobs as well. Let's give BASF another round of applause for creating these jobs in Louisiana. This new formic acid production facility will allow the company to serve strategic markets in North and South America, giving their customers an environmentally friendly solution for products used in animal feed, chemicals that de-ice roads and runways, and products that help shale gas extraction. Construction will begin this month. They'll be fully operational by late 2014. This is great news for our state, but this is just the latest expansion that BASF has done since we've come to office. Since 2009, we've now announced 3 BASF projects that will now total more than $300 million of investment right here in Geismar, 76 direct jobs, 346 indirect jobs. So we're talking about a total of over $300 million of investment, over 400 total jobs since 2009 alone. And these are good-paying jobs. Remember the salaries I talked about, $95,000 before benefits. Those are the kinds of jobs we want our sons and daughters to stay in Louisiana for. Those are the kinds of jobs that will bring our children back to Louisiana. They could have easily invested in other states, but they're choosing to expand right here in Louisiana because of our business climate, our transportation infrastructure, but most importantly because we have the best workers you'll find anywhere in the world. They could have gone elsewhere, but they chose to be here because they were already successful operating in Louisiana. Today's announcement joins a growing list of economic development projects in our capital region across our state. Since 2008 in the capital region, we've announced 67 economic development wins, totaling nearly 6,000 direct jobs, nearly 16,000 indirect jobs, $7 billion in capital investment. For example, last week we announced Emerson right here in Ascension Parish, $10 million regional headquarters, 50 new jobs. ExxonMobil announced a $215 million expansion, creating 440 direct and indirect jobs. Parish announcing they're investing nearly $7 million, creating 65 jobs, average salaries $80,000. Emeritus Technologies creating a 300-job technology center for IT services, creating another 300 indirect jobs, average salary $63,000. The list goes on and on and on, but the bottom line is we are attracting major job wins because of our business climate, our tax structure, and our workers. We are now one of the states leading the economic recovery in the South and in the region and the country. Indeed, our employment performance continues to do better than the rest of the South and the rest of the country. Over the last year, we've been one of the top 10 states for private sector job growth. Per capita personal income has now increased more than $2,700 in the last 4 years. Our income has now jumped 17 spots since 2000. We're now at our highest ranking in more than 80 years. Despite the national recession, we continue to do well here in Louisiana. Indeed, we now have our highest ever business climate ranking in every leading publication. Paulina ranks us number 16, up 24 spots in the last 4 years, most improved state in the country. Business Facilities Magazine ranks us top 10, number 5. We've jumped 14 positions in Forbes. Site Selection also ranks us number 7, top 10, a climb from 25 2 years ago. Area Development just came out late last week on Friday saying we rank number 6, again a top 10 state for doing business in 2012. Southern Business Development has named us their State of the Year 3 years in a row for economic development. Now we've got more work to do, and we're not going to be done until every child can pursue their dreams right here at home in Louisiana. But I'm proud that since 2008, we have now announced economic development wins totaling over 54,000 jobs, more than $13 billion in capital investment. We will continue to work hard to make Louisiana the best place to raise a family, the best place to create good-paying jobs for our children and grandchildren. I want to thank the men and women of BASF. They've been a part of our community for many, many decades. They've got a great history in Louisiana. They've got an even brighter future. Today's investment is one more step to creating that brighter future. $138 million, 20 direct jobs, over 100 total jobs. Again, those 20 direct jobs, $95,000 per year. Indeed, a great day for our capital region. I now ask you to give a great South Louisiana. I'm not going to reintroduce each speaker, but I do ask you to give a great South Louisiana welcome to your very own Tom Yura, the Senior Vice President, General Manager of BASF Geismar, to talk a little bit more about today's great news and today's expansion. Tom?
So what a great day, right? We got beautiful weather, we're expanding, we're growing, everything that you'd hope we'd have. So on behalf of the 1,500 direct BASF and contract employees we have, want to welcome everybody who is here today, and certainly on behalf of the more than 16,000 BASF employees we have in the corporation here in North America. So what I do want to take a moment is to thank everybody who has helped make this. We have a lot of great public officials here. Maybe you guys already know our great Governor Jindal, who's leading the way for us. We certainly can't thank you enough. Barney Arsenault, the mayor of Gonzales. We have Tony Bakla from the Sheriff's Department, John Cagnolati, Mert Smiley, Tommy Martinez, Johnny Berthelot, Clay Scheck-Snyder, and Ed Price, and a lot of others. We have our wonderful group from the LCA, Gabria, LED, Ascension Economic Development, the Chamber. We can't do this alone. Right? I mean, just looking at everybody that we have here, everybody is required for us to make the investment, and I couldn't think of a greater place to be than the state of Louisiana and the site of Geismar to do this and to lead. If you look at it, we're going to continue to make investments here. And so we're always looking at not only what we're doing today, but today is to focus on formic acid. And if you look at it, it's thanks to the favorable economic development environment and naturally for us the low cost of natural gas. For us, you've heard it and you've heard it before, the low price of natural gas is a game changer for us. It makes a lot of this possible. It drives economic investment not only to the United States, but here to us in Louisiana. We're always in competition for projects, not only with other states like the state of Texas, but globally. Yeah, whether it's Europe or whether it's Asia or North America, and so it's with tremendous pride that we bring this here. If you talked about the strong relationships, great relationships with the states. For me as a site manager, it's a pleasure to walk in and to work with people, to work with a government that says, what can we do to help you? Yeah, not what can we do to you, but what can we do to help you, right? And the help has been tremendous. It's help in training. It's help in finding the right people. It's help in establishing the processes. And it's economic help to go ahead and make these investments count here. If you look at the low cost of natural gas, if you look at what our government has done to facilitate that, if you look at the security of supply, if you look at the ability to get more natural gas and to keep the price of that down, absolutely tremendous. This is what makes us globally competitive and the price leader. Without this, we may not be here today. If you look at what Governor said, the formic acid plant will create 20 permanent jobs and 250 jobs during the construction phase. These are great paying jobs for the people of Ascension Parish and of Louisiana. That's something we should all be really, really proud of. And as Governor said, this is the third significant investment, and with all the help you can have, it won't be the last. Yeah, we'll be looking for many, many more of these to come. And if you look at it for us, clearly BASF is part of the community. We've run through some of the numbers before. If you looked at it, the employees that live and that work here, if you look at the lives that we touch and volunteer, both from charitable contributions to all the volunteerism that we do to make our community great, that's part of our commitment of being here and of operating the facilities, is giving back. If you look at our economic impact, more than $160 million a year in annual payroll, $13 million in local and state taxes. Mert? $53 million spent directly in Ascension Parish. $53 million. It's a lot of money in Ascension Parish, and naturally what's important to the governor is we're keeping $163 million here in the state of Louisiana. So what we're buying here, what we're making here, so much of it stays here, and that makes our state great. So as you look, BASF is poised. We're poised for additional growth. We're poised for continued growth, and we need everybody's help to continue to do that. We've got a lot of strategic advantages. I showed the governor the map. We've got over 2,500 acres here on this complex, of which only about 20–25% is developed. We got a lot of room to grow. We want to keep doing that. We need the workforce to do that, and we need the ongoing assistance of all of our partners here to keep that going. So we hope to continue to work with all of you on that next great announcement, that next great investment. So with that, I'll turn it over to Beate Ehle, who is the Executive Vice President and President of Market Development here in North America. Dr. Ehle.
Thank you very much, Tom. I also want to extend BASF's gratitude to you, Governor Jindal, and to all of you, the other public officials that have helped make this day, this project possible. This new plant further strengthens our position of BASF as leading supplier of chemistry for a sustainable future. It strengthens our commitment to the future of this site and our commitment to all our employees here in Geismar. BASF, the biggest chemical company in the world, has something in common with one of the smallest creatures on Earth, an ant, because we both produce formic acid. It's true. The global ant family is estimated to produce between 500,000 and 1 million tons of formic acid per year. BASF currently produces worldwide 255,000 tons of formic acid. So it might be fair to say that next to the ants, we are the second biggest producer of formic acid around the globe. We currently produce formic acid in our plants in Ludwigshafen, that's in Germany, and in Nanjing in China. And now we are up to build our third formic acid plants here in Geismar, Louisiana. And that's because we want to better serve our North and South American markets, which are strategic markets for us at BASF. And we built that plant for a good reason, because formic acid is a very small molecule. It only consists of carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen, but it's a very versatile and clever molecule. It is completely biodegradable. It has been invented by nature, and it fits therewith perfectly our strategy. We create chemistry for a sustainable future. So Governor Jindal has already alluded to the versatility of this molecule by the various applications our customer use formic acid for. So to add some on that, in animal nutrition, for example, formic acid and its family members serve to improve feed hygiene and digestion. Formic acid removes paints and rust from metallic surfaces and scale from kettles and boilers. It's also used in breweries and wineries to disinfect kegs, casks, and barrels. In the oilfield industry, it's used as part of the drilling process, or, as already mentioned, for the shale gas exploration. And in cleaning agent, it acts as a dirt remover and disinfectant. So all in all, there are many good reasons to have a formic acid plant here in North America, and many good reasons to have this specifically here at Geismar. I want to thank cordially and from the bottom of my heart everybody who has helped to get us where we are today. So that's most importantly, sorry for that, the project team, the business and production team, and a special thanks again to all our public officials who have supported us thus far. When we were here last time to start up the methylamines plant, I had the pleasure to say thank you for executing this project on time, on budget, and without any accident and incident. And that's my wish to all those who are involved in the project execution, that you can be on time, on budget, and most importantly, execute without any accident. Thank you.
Thank you, and I want to take this opportunity to thank BASF for all they do in the community. I was here maybe 2 weeks ago and had a chili contest and got to eat quite a bit of chili, and all the proceeds went to United Way. But they're such a good neighbor in other ways also. They actually, I know Chief Bacala is here, Chief Deputy, they donated land for the sheriff to have a training center. And today, a couple of weeks ago, we cut the ribbon on one of the finest training facilities in the state of Louisiana and probably in the nation. They also, when we asked them, we needed some land to put a wastewater treatment plant, and they donated 40 acres to us. So they don't just talk about working with the community and getting along. They show it in what they do, and for that I want to thank all of you guys for that. And of course, we've been seeing the governor quite often. We hope to see him a little bit more often next year and toward the end of the year, and I think we're going to get him an apartment here. So
just tell Martin I'm not paying taxes here.
That's right. That's right. But also would be remiss without thanking Mike Eads. He came up with a local incentive program. You know, for years, this is my second round, and BASF's not only one of the largest employers here, but one of the largest taxpayers here. And we appreciate that. But we came up with an incentive program, a local incentive program, because I was tired of losing projects to Texas, to Mississippi, to St. James Parish and the surrounding parishes. So Mike came up with a program, and I can assure you that that's been a big help. We've been competing well. We've been winning more than we're losing, and we want to continue along those lines in the future. Mike, that'd be job security. So anyway, but again, I want to thank BASF for providing all these new jobs and just doing what you do. And we know you have a lot of land left to expand on. We're here to help you do that in the future. And you know, again, thanks to everyone here today for being part of this, and we know everything you do is successful. And Governor, again, we appreciate you coming to Ascension Parish so often.
I did want to just reiterate what Tommy just said, and I should have said that even earlier more emphatically. This is a great example of a private sector, state, local partnership, and we couldn't praise our local partners enough for their working together with us to make Ascension Parish such a great place for investment. It's no coincidence we keep coming back here, and you see so many projects coming here up and down the river in Ascension Parish, and I think you're going to see many, many more good things come. So I want to congratulate again everybody, first at BASF, but then also our local partners, as well as our state officials that have helped to make today's project happen.
BASF, one, is the largest chemical company in the world. Although we're not a consumer brand name, we go into just about anything anybody will wind up making. So, one, we're a force. We have over 100,000 employees all across the country. And in the U.S., we have 16,000 employees. As the governor earlier said, you know, Louisiana's open for business. Well, so is BASF. Yeah, we're a company that provides great careers in a challenging environment. We have a strong consciousness to social sustainability as well as environmental and economic sustainability. So, if people are looking for a career, we're building the plants. I've got to have that next generation of employee who wants to come here and be part of this.
Geismar has all what we need for starting up a new plant. We have the skilled workforce, we have experience in starting up the plant, and we get a very good support from the local officials, from the parish and so on. And that makes a good package for us, and it's also the right location for serving our market here in North America.
It's important for our area because it signals, one, BASF's commitment to the area to grow our BASF's largest manufacturing facility in North America. It provides incredibly great jobs for the residents of the area. We pay a lot of money in taxation every year. We bring in new students, so both as an economic engine, as a taxpayer, and as a person that facilitates other jobs, we're a strong economic engine here.
Residents here should know that we are committed to Louisiana, we are committed to the Geismar side. We are creating jobs here, and we want to make sure that whoever works for us and works with us has a good life here and can stay here, and we are looking always for new people to join us who want to have a career in the chemical industry.